Hello again, everyday carry knife fans. I do question if these are everyday carry because they have sheaths on them, and I wouldn't trust that to be running around in my pocket. But I got them just because they looked cool and they were cheap, and I hope I can at least open some cardboard boxes. So here's some search terms if you want to search the internet, but I will leave some Aliexpress affiliate links. Portable mini knife brass wood. EDC. EDC is the key search term, I think. Same thing. This is a different seller probably. Hollow out knife mini curve. Keychain knife. That's another one because they literally have keychains. This one doesn't have a sticker. Alright. Let's see. Oh, the sheath came off. So that's disturbing in itself, right? How easy that sheath was to come off. So if that was in your pocket, now you have an exposed knife blade hanging out in your pocket. If you fell down, you're gonna have a knife stuck in your leg. Okay, so at least this one is a fake leather, and you got this brass, press button thing, clasp. And now this looks kind of cool. That's why I bought it. So it's a solid knife through the tang, and this little O-ring section to clip on, I guess, to things. It's nice that they give you this little plastic thing here so you won't stab yourself, but it's kind of loose. So now, I guess if you do put this in the sheath, because that plastic is there, the blade should theoretically not puncture your leg, right? It's just that if you lose that plastic thing, which I do feel might be quite easy to do, yeah, that might become an issue. So let's get all these things out before I dimension them. Alright, so this is for this one here. And so again, it has the plastic thing. So whereas that one was all hollowed out, laser cut, this is just stamped, I guess, and then filled in with some black paint. And then we have some brass here and some green colored wood with some brass rivets holding it in place. It swells out towards the end. This one also swells out to towards the end. These are probably made in the same factory, just based off their construction. Okay, and then we have this one. It's got a funky shape to it. That's why I bought it. It reminds me of like an Aladdin, Aladdin knife. I don't know the terminology for the shape of knife edges, the curvature and all that stuff, so I don't know what that would be called, but it looks of Middle Eastern descent to me. Alright, so here again, we have the fake leather thing, and then that little piece of plastic, hopefully to keep it from cutting through that sheath. And then we have layered wood here. Laminated wood in different colors, which is kind of nice how the color shines through as it gets carved away. And then brass for the end fittings, and then these cheap weird bead things here. These things are not good. They break very easily. I wouldn't suggest you ever use those for anything on a keychain. So this one's a karambit. This, I think, is the only knife style I know, or maybe it's got a different name. Please leave a comment. I'm sure you guys know a lot more about knives than I do. Alright, so yeah, we have this hook, claw looking thing. Looks like a talon of an eagle or something like that, right? And then again, it's stamped here. Now the brass on this one is actually stamped as well. Almost looks like a turtle or something. Only one rivet here, but this open loop is a rivet, keeping that all together. And then all of them have a solid, well, I don't know about this one. This is questionable. I don't know if how far that blade goes in there, if it goes to the end. But these three definitely, it's one blade through the whole thing, so that should be pretty strong. Alright, so I guess let's get some dimensioning out of the way if this is important to you. So this one here, with everything, is around 22 grams. If it's just a knife alone, it's only 18.3 grams. This one, everything with the key ring, it's like 26 grams. If you just want the knife alone, and frankly I don't want this thing at all, These things are garbage. See how easy it was to break that? The knife alone is like 22 grams. So this, look at this thing here. Whole setup is like 17 grams. Let's break this off. Just the knife itself. Just the knife itself. 14 grams. Okay. This one. Where's the tip protector? Well, I don't know where it went already. I'm gonna just put that on there. So this whole setup here is like 24 grams. So hope I don't cut myself as I twist this off. Just a knife is like 19 grams. Alright. So now overall lengths. You know what? I think I'm just going to use the ruler here and line them all up. So let's get this hold on here. If I get this, line that up there. Line this one up here, so a little bit shorter. Line this one up here, and line that up there. That one rolls quite a bit. So the longest one is around 9 centimeters or around 3.5 inches. The shortest one here is more like 7.5 centimeters, 75 millimeters, or around 3 inches long. So, and then if you really want to look at those two, there's the ruler. Alright. The actual thickness of these blades, 2.3. 2.4, 2.2, 1.8. I think these are all supposed to be around the same. 2.3 was the average, but this one is considerably different, 1.8. The effective blade length of this one is around 35 millimeters. This one, 40, bearing in mind is curved. This one, I guess 40 again, bearing in mind is curved. And this one a little bit longer, maybe 42, bearing in mind it's curved. Alright, let's get rid of these sheaths. Well, you know what? I'm never going to use these sheaths. I'm just going to, well, maybe will I? I'm going to start to get a whole box of these knives, and I guess I probably shouldn't just have them, all the edges touching each other. I was thinking about cutting through these sheaths as a test, but you know what? I am going to keep them. Alright, some paper cutting tests here. Let me resituate the camera. Because there's some paper, maybe some wood, maybe some cardboard. Well, that's not, no, this is not the sharpest knife. Yeah, as a new item, this is not good. Other cheap knives will cut through paper very easily. So that one's not so sharp. Now again, nowhere on this knife edge is it sharp enough to cut paper. This karambit looking thing, boy, nope. And this is the best one so far. So yeah, for the edge test, not really good for any of them. Even like puncturing and dragging. Look at how it cut. That's better. That's better, but still pretty frayed. Wow. This is really easy to puncture, so that's nice. But I think the issue, actually, you know, the fraying might just be because the thing is so wide. The thickness. It's not a thin knife. See how ragged that is? That's not so bad. Let's see the last one. Oh, this is the best one of all of them. Alright. Well, that was the paper test. It was go to cardboard. So the ability to puncture and drag. Punctures easily on that. Dragging through is difficult because the blade is wide, it's pretty thick. These would probably be worse. Puncture is pretty good, but yeah. I find that curved blades in this direction, convex, they don't cut through boxes very well. That's why box cutters have a straight edge, right? Like a ruler almost. Like it seems to work better, but this is like a miniature version of a big knife, right? So puncturing that was really easy. But the blade is so thick, displacing all that cardboard sideways, no, it won't do it. See, it popped out. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. This thing puncturing, very easy being a claw, but still, no, this is more tearing the cardboard. Impossible. No, this is... the problem is the blade width, right? So if you take a thinner blade like this, like number 11 blade, let me just tighten that down, make sure it doesn't close, right? You puncture cardboard, you can drag through easily because it doesn't have to push the cardboard sideways, right? So for box cutting, thin straight edge blades are the best way to go. For tape cutting boxes, I like these cleaver styles because you can, cut through. But yeah, even the cleaver style, again, that's not going to cut through cardboard very easily. Okay, so we learned something there. Maybe not, these are not good for cutting boxes. That's what I was hoping to do with them, but not the case. Alright, so cutting a chopstick here, a wooden chopstick, carving some wood. Yeah, it's not the sharpest edge, but the blade has enough thickness that you'll never have a feeling that it's going to break or anything like that, cutting hard materials. Here's a disposable. Yeah, so that one's not very sharp. Okay, not bad, not bad. So this is where this type of blade curvature works pretty well. When you're carving stuff, right, you can taper off and do some fine work there. Take some big chunks out. Get a fine tip there. Do some fine tip work. Seems okay. Again, they're not very sharp. I don't know what this is really meant to do. Like, what is the purpose of a karambit other than actual, like, self-defense, assaulting, like cutting people, which I don't want to do. So I don't think this is not good at all for cutting wood. It's simply not doing it. I don't know what. So please leave a comment, knife experts, besides self-defense and, like, I know they were meant to hook around, like, the body and cut people, but I just bought it because it looks cool. It looks like a talon, but I don't think it's actually a very functional knife for non-violent people. Okay. I guess that's it. We cut a few materials. So the general conclusion I'm coming up with is these are not good for cutting boxes. You can obviously cut tape of a box. If you're going to do that, I would suggest probably this kind because you can grab the tape, and cut out. But in general, these blades curved this way, they want to come out of the cut easier. But they seem to work great on harder materials like this, at least these curves, for whittling, I guess. But my intention was box cutting. They were cheap though, so I think they look pretty nice with the colored wood. It's nice that there's a solid, thick blade going through, and particularly this one with the laser cutouts there and the lightning of it. That's pretty neat. And then you could also clip it onto something. But again, for everyday carry, I'm a little skeptical, of not losing these little blade protectors. And then if you do lose it, this thing is definitely going to puncture this cheap fake leather stuff. So hopefully that makes you decide if you want to get these or not. The one other thing these would have a good use for is if you have action figures, like bigger than 1/6. I would say these are much larger than 1/6 scale. They're probably more like 1/5, 1/4 scale, as far as the handles go. Yeah, like a Hot Toys was gonna have a hard time grabbing this kind of thing, a 1/6 action figure, and it'd be impossible to grab that and look normal. Alright, so that's it for today. I guess we'll see you in the next miniature knife video. Bye.